Now, in today's episode, I'm going to do something a bit different. Instead of learning about mathematics, we'll be learning more about physics, and this is waves. So, here we have a traversal wave over time. And the first question asks us what the horizontal axis represents. So, as we can see here, the horizontal axis means left to right. And as we can see, left to right, we see that time is S. S meaning seconds, so we can assume it's A, time in seconds. B, calculate the period and calculate the frequency of the wave. Now, if we go here to the left a bit, I've got some stuff for us, formulas from properties, and some which properties can be found from a graphed wave. As for period, as for graph type, we know it's displacement time, because if we remember, the horizontal axis is in time in seconds, so we're not gonna do the top one, just the bottom one. So as you can see, we can find the amplitude, the period, and the frequency. But how would we find the period? We look up here to our formulas, and we see this one requires wavelength, so it cannot be that one. This one requires the frequency, and we do not have frequency yet, so it can't be that one. And this one does not have period. So how would we calculate the period? So here I have a bigger graph here to demonstrate. What I would do is start from here and then draw up 1/4 like that, and then draw one down again. That's 1/2 of a full cycle. And then draw another quarter and another quarter. Basically draw two hills. One hill going up, one hill going down. That is one period. And then if you really want to prove it to yourself, if you draw exactly what you drew here and it repeats itself, so if I draw one hill over the top and two hills over the top and it can repeat the graph, that's how you know you've done one full cycle. So if I go back, let's do this one more time. I'm going to draw one hill at the top. I'm going to draw two hills, or one hill at the bottom. As you can see, it stops at 2. So I can assume that t is equal to 2 seconds. Now for our frequency, we know with our formulas that f is equal to 1 over t because they're inversely proportionate. So I can write here f is equal to 1 over t, which means f is equal to 1 over 2, and we would write that as hertz. And that means it must be b because t is equal to 2 and f is equal to 1 over 2. Identify the wavelength. Now, as we look from here, we remember that it's a displacement time graph, okay? And if we go back here, we know that displacement time graph, you cannot calculate the wavelength. So that means it's none of these, it has to be D, unable to be identified from the graph.